You're listening to the Trade Show Insights Podcast, Season 21, Episode 6. I'm your host and exhibit marketing strategist, Marlis Arnold, bringing you tools to improve your exhibit results. On today's episode, brought to you by the Exhibit Marketers Cafe, we're talking about 4 mistakes that turn your booth into a money pit and what you can do to avoid them. You're standing in your booth. The show floor is buzzing all around you, and tons of attendees are walking by, but it's like you're invisible. You've spent serious cash to be on that show floor between the booth fee, shipping, hotel, the staff time, and of course, all those show services. But somewhere near the end of day one, that sinking feeling sets in, and you wonder, what are we really getting out of this? While exhibitors may not admit it out loud, deep down they realize the problem probably isn't the show. It's not bad booth location or even the economy. It's something deeper. Exhibitors are sold square footage, badge scanners, and Wi-Fi access, along with the promise of visibility and brand presence. But what they're missing are the tools to generate meaningful ROI. That gap is where the post-show debrief becomes an awkward conversation that nobody wants to have. And if exhibitors sense the gap, even if they can't name it, they try fixing it with things like a more impressive booth, a flashier attraction, or a trendy giveaway. But that's still only treating the symptoms. The gap between what shows cost and the exhibitor's less than stellar results isn't what's on the surface, it's a lack of strategy. So here are 4 mistakes that turn your booth into a money pit. I've seen this play out 100 times across all types of industries and booth sizes. The names and logos may change, but the mistakes don't. So here's mistake number 1. No clear, measurable goals. Generate leads and raise brand awareness aren't goals, they're vague wishes. And without a specific measurable target, you have no benchmark for success. You simply showed up. Mistake number 2, booth messaging that attracts everyone and converts no one. Attendees walk past hundreds of booths, but how many of those are irresistible because they address a specific pain that attendees are feeling right now? When your message tries to be everything to everyone, you end up just lost in the noise. Mistake number 3, staff who aren't prepared to qualify leads. Your booth staffers work hard. At least we hope so, right? But without proper training, they end up chatting with people who will never buy and collecting hundreds of random badge scans that mean absolutely nothing by the time you get home. Mistake number 4, post-show follow-up that's completely pathetic. You get home from the show and daily routine takes over. The leads just sit there, a week passes, then 2, then someone sends a mass email to everyone you scanned. Half of them don't remember meeting you. The other half delete it. And you're left wondering if the show was even worth all that effort and expense. The real tragedy is most of these mistakes aren't obvious until after the show, and by then the damage has already been done. The fix needs to happen long before you ever set foot on the show floor. So, what's the solution? Well, exhibitor training is one way. After all, I've spent my entire career leading exhibitor workshops. But I'm beginning to feel like that's just not enough anymore. Exhibitors attend a webinar and hopefully take notes. They get inspired, but then reality gets in the way and nothing gets implemented. Plus, I get it. Budgets are tight. Many companies view training as a nice to have versus a must have element in their trade show planning. But here's the thing. You don't need to simply consume more information. What you need is a strategy built in real time with focused templates, accountability, and expert feedback. Then, when it's time for your next show, your step-by-step plan is ready to deploy. So that's why I created Exhibit Marketing Camp. It isn't a course you'll finish someday or a webinar full of notes you forgot. It's a structured 4-week framework designed to build your exhibit marketing foundation before your next show. So why did I build this? It makes me so angry to watch good companies pouring so much money into shows and coming home with so little to show for it. The industry does a great job of selling why exhibitors need to be there. It just doesn't provide much help on how to turn that exposure into real ROI. It's time for that to change. I've spent 25 plus years evaluating exhibits and advising companies on how to exhibit. And I love watching my clients pair a solid strategy with in-booth skills and achieve amazing results, even in a small booth. That's what I want for every single exhibitor. Your next show doesn't have to be another expensive experiment. Let's fix this together. Exhibit Marketing Camp begins July 13. You can get all the details at exhibitmarketerscafe.com/camp. See you around the campfire. If you enjoyed today's episode and would like more, you can subscribe to the Trade Show Insights podcast and automatically receive future episodes on your chosen device. Simply search for Trade Show Insights in Apple, Spotify, or virtually anywhere else that podcasts are found, then click the subscribe button. Trade Show Insights is protected by the Creative Commons copyright license. You may feel free to share this recording with colleagues or embed it on your own blog as long as it's shared in its entirety and is not used for commercial purposes. To learn more, please see the link in the sidebar of the show notes at tradeshowinsights.com. Well, that's it for this episode of Trade Show Insights. Be sure to check out our show notes and archives at tradeshowinsights.com. You can also connect with me using the social media links or the contact page on the site. I'm Marlis Arnold. Thanks for listening, and be sure to join us next time for more tools to improve your exhibit results.